All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me as always. Tonight's class is going to be iron yoga. So if you have a medium set of dumbbells, feel free to grab them. As always, weights are always optional and you can choose to put them down at any time. We're going to be doing some great back opening stretches, some great arm strengthening postures with our weights, and of course, working the legs and the whole body while we're at it. So we are going to begin in a child's pose. So come to the back of your mat, bring your big toes to touch, separate your feet or your knees rather, as wide as what's comfortable for you. And I always recommend that you try different variations to see how it feels on your thighs or your back. Reach your fingers all the way forward and rest your forehead on the mat. Gently close your eyes and take a long, deep inhale through the nose. Feel the ribs expand and exhale, sigh it out. Take another longer, deeper inhale through the nose. Feeling the belly expand toward the thighs. Exhale, sigh it all out. And take your largest, fullest, deepest breath yet. Try to invite in as much air as you possibly can into your lungs. Pause when you reach the top. And exhale, force everything out of your lungs. Feel the upper back soften. Notice if the spine feels a little longer. Try to reach your hips back toward your heels. Maybe lift your forehead a half an inch, reach it forward, and set it back down. Creating space between your shoulders and your ears. Allow yourself to feel supported. Seal your lips and continue to breathe in and out through the nose, trying to focus on your breath as you move for your postures. I invite you to take this opportunity to set your intention for today's class. Always focusing on taking what you need from this class and leaving whatever isn't serving you on the mat. On your next inhale, begin to tent your fingers. So lift your wrists and come up on your fingertips. Activating a little bit through the arms so the forearms are lifted off the mat. Roll your shoulders down your back. And then press your palms back down to the mat. On your next inhale, slowly begin to push yourself up to a tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Squeeze your belly button up toward the thigh. Reach the crown of your head forward. Exhale, cat pose. Round the spine, tuck your chin, push down through the fingertips and the tops of your feet. Inhale, cow pose. Look up, broaden through the collarbone. Allow your tailbone to point up. Exhale, cat pose around the spine, tuck the chin, maybe invite more space between the vertebrae. Inhale, cow pose. And take the next few moments here just to customize your warm-up. Maybe invite in some big hip rotations, maybe some ankle rotations, neck rotations. Really move and breathe into all the tight areas of the body just to give yourself a well-rounded warm-up. Whatever you do on one side, be sure to do on the others. You can perhaps Push your fingertips away from your wrists and maybe rock from side to side. Beautiful. Always breathing into where it's tight and finding your own custom warm-up. Beautiful. And once you have balanced yourself out, return to your tabletop position. Squeezing the belly button up, engaging through the whole core, reaching the crown of your head forward, pulling your shoulder blades back behind you. Inhale, extend your right leg behind you. Keep your toes on the mat, heels stacked over toes, and just gently rock forward and back, pulsing, feeling a nice little stretch through the back of your calf. Beautiful. And then return your right knee back under your right hip, tabletop. And then step your left foot back. Toes on the mat, toes are tucked. Heel is stacked up over the toes, and just gently rock forward and back, pulsing through the calf. This is a great stretch if you've done any running recently for the back of your calf. Beautiful. Return to tabletop. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky, opening up through the right shoulder, looking up past the fingertips. Exhale, thread the needle. Reach your right arm under the left and reach it all the way through until your shoulder touches the mat. We're going to do this a couple of times, so don't get too comfortable. Inhale, push yourself up. Reach the right arm up again. And exhale, thread the needle. Same side, right arm reaches under the left until you can tap the right shoulder down, holding for just a moment. Inhale, 3 of 3, reach your right arm all the way up. Notice if you're feeling a little more openness through the right shoulder. Exhale, thread the needle, and this time we'll hold it for a few breaths. So reaching your right fingertips all the way through until your right shoulder's on the mat and your right ear is on the mat. Try to keep your hips level. You can keep your toes tucked if that helps with stability. And if you'd like a little bit more, perhaps walk your left arm forward and see how that feels. Still keeping attention through the core and the spine. Beautiful. Gently walk your left hand back in front of your face. Inhale, counter twist. Reach your right arm up. And exhale, lower it down to your mat. Left side. Inhale, reach your left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, reach your left arm all the way through under the right, lower your left ear down to the mat, and then push yourself back up. Inhale, reach the left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, 2 of 3, reach it all the way through, lower the left shoulder to the mat. Inhale, push yourself up one more time, reach the left arm high. Exhale, 3 of 3, reach your left arm all the way through for thread the needle and hold. Keeping your hips stacked up over your knees. You can always keep your right arm in front of your face, or if it feels good, you can reach your right fingertips forward. Thinking about opening up the right shoulder as if it might stack above the left shoulder. Beautiful. Slowly reach your right hand back to your face and push yourself up. Counter twist. Left arm reaches high and lower it back down to the mat. Beautiful. Come down to a forearm plank. Bring your elbows down to the mat. You can either clasp your hands or press them flat to the ground. Step your feet behind you, lower your hips in line between your heels and your shoulders. Squeeze the low belly in and up, an option to stay still or perhaps slightly rock from side to side, maybe forward and back if that feels good. Focusing on keeping a long, strong spine, we are warming up and energizing the core so that we can use it for stability through today's practice. Beautiful. Go ahead and lower your knees down. Push yourself back up to a tabletop position. And if you're using weights today, go ahead and grab one of your weights and place it in your right hand. So it's still with a tabletop posture, but our right hand is on our weight. Inhale, reach your right elbow up with your right weight into a row. So the weight comes up toward the shoulder and then lower it down toward the mat. Once again, right arm row, reach the shoulder up so the weight is below the shoulder, maybe by the ribs, squeeze the elbow in tight and lower it down. Inhale, reach it up, squeeze the elbow up and in, and this time maybe reach it all the way through for a right arm extension, weight stacking up above the shoulder. Lower the weight back down through the shoulder to the mat. Inhale, rise, lift the elbow, row the weight, squeeze and hold, and then extend all the way up, engaging through the core for this spinal twist. Bring the weight back to your shoulder, rotate it down. Let's do 2 more. Lift the weight, row, inhale, exhale, push it all the way to the sky. Bring it back through the shoulder, down to the mat. Last time, row on the right, open it all the way up. Lower down with control through the shoulder. Beautiful. And then place your weight in your left hand. So just roll it on over. So we can do that on the other side. Still focusing on engaging through the core because this is a bit of a spinal twist. Inhale, row the left elbow high, squeeze the weight up toward your left ribs, hug the elbow into your side and lower it down. One more just like that. Reach it all the way up through the ribs, hold it here, squeeze the elbow in. Beautiful. Lower it down. Inhale, reach it up to a row and then continue lifting all the way up. Left shoulder opens to the sky. Bring it back through the shoulder and down to the mat. Let's do a few more. Inhale, row, hold, squeeze, activate through the triceps. Open it all the way up. It's okay if it doesn't stack. All of our shoulders are different. Go through the shoulder. Come back down to the mat. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, squeeze it up for the row. Reach it all the way to the sky. And then back through the shoulder and down. Last time. Inhale, reach and squeeze. Lift all the way. Lower through the shoulder and then come back down. Go ahead and set your weight off to the side. Inhale, 1 round of cat and cow just to realign the spine. And exhale, cat. Beautiful. Alrighty, so for this next one, you can choose to grab 1 weight if they're heavier or 2 weights if they're a little bit lighter. Come up to standing on your knees. So stacking everything up, shoulders over, hips over knees. And if this is uncomfortable, you're more than welcome to stand all the way up on your feet if being on the knees is uncomfortable for you. Or you can always place a little blanket under your knees. Bring your weights together, hug your shoulders in toward your ribs, and keep your elbows at about a 90-degree angle, either holding 1 weight in front of you or both weights together, centered in front of your belly button. Squeeze the low belly in. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. So keep the weights together. Keep your hips squared to the front of your mat. Feel the twist through the middle spine, engaging through the core, maybe looking over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. So focusing on using the glutes to keep your weight, your hips reaching forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Maybe pushing your right hip forward so they stay in a straight line. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Beautiful. Squeezing the low belly in the whole time. Inhale, center, twist to the right. Beautiful. Last one here. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Squeezing that low belly in. It is active the whole time. Great job. Inhale, center. Beautiful. So keep the bottom half right where it is. Either you're standing on your feet if that's more comfortable, or you're down on your knees with me. Lower your weights down to your side. Roll your shoulders down your back. Both weights extend down, long arms. Inhale. Exhale, gentle side bend to the right. So lower your right weight down toward the ground, toward your right knee, feeling a nice stretch through your left obliques. Squeeze the core. Inhale brings you up to center. Exhale as you gentle bend to the left. So the weights are just going to act as a little bit of a deepener to help you activate your obliques a little bit more. If this is a little bit challenging, you're welcome to not use weights at all. Inhale up to center. Exhale, vertical bends to the right. Squeezing the low belly in. So abs are one of those things that you get out what you put in, right? So the more you squeeze, the more you're going to work your abs. Inhale reaches up. Exhale bends to the left. You'll feel a nice stretch through the right side. Continue to open the right shoulder up. Inhale up to center. Last round. Exhale, bend to the right. Squeezing through the low abs, feeling a nice stretch in the obliques. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, last side to the left. Beautiful. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, release your weights down to the mat and step back to a high plank or forearm plank if that's your preference. Shoulders stacked up over wrists, squeeze the low belly in. Hips are in line between the shoulders and the heels. Beautiful. Inhale, hold here, squeezing that low belly in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips and feel the nice stretch. It's our first down dog of class. Walk it out. Press one heel down at a time. Pedal out your feet. Beautiful. Reach your hips as high as they'll go and relax your heels down toward the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Ragdoll variation. So keep your feet nice and wide. Let your torso rest on your thighs and allow your head and neck to hang heavy. Option to grab opposing elbows. Option to sway side to side. Beautiful. Inhale, release your weight, your fingertips down to the mat. Heel, toe your feet together. Inhale, rise up. Tuck your chin, round the spine as you lift all the way. Head and neck are last to lift. Arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, gentle back bend. Lift through the chest, maybe push the hips a little forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips, push the booty back, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Exhale, lower your hands down to the mat. Separate your feet hips width distance or wider than your mat and kind of pigeon toe your toes outward. So your heels are a little bit closer in. Sink your hips down for a yogi squat, malasana. So go as low as you feel comfortable. If you can lower your hips all the way down, that's great. If it's easier to keep your hips a little lifted, palms on the mat, that is okay too. Find the level that serves you best. Sink your hips down low. And if you're not using your hands to support you on the ground, bring your palms together and continue to lift your chest up while you're sinking your hips down, creating length through the chest. Inhale, activate the glutes. Exhale, forward fold. Lower the fingertips down, lift the hips, walk your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Squeeze the elbows in towards your ribs. Inhale, baby cobra. Look up, roll your shoulders down your back. Put just a little bit to no weight in your hands. Lower all the way down. Inhale, push yourself up through tabletop and meet me in downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Toes point down, heel points up, lift through the back of your right thigh. Hold it here, engage through the right glute. Maybe lift the heel a little higher. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger curl. Stack your shoulders up over your wrists. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high, lift the heel. Exhale, tiger curl, bring your knees to your nose. Think cat back, shoulders over wrists. Last one, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger curl, knee to nose. And this time, step your right foot in between your hands. Low lunge. Place your left hand on the mat. Inhale, low lunge twist. Reach your right arm to the sky. Always an option to lower the back knee if that makes this pose feel a little better. Beautiful. Lower your right hand down to the mat. Option to grab your weight, keeping the low lunge. Keep your left hand on the mat. Use your right hand to grab your weight. Inhale, row the weight up toward your shoulder and then lower it down. Inhale, row it all the way up and exhale, lower it down. Inhale, listen for the change, row it up. Extend the right arm all the way to the sky for a low lunge twist with a weight. Lower through the shoulder and come back down. Two more. Row to the shoulder, reach it all the way up for the twist. Lower it down through the shoulder, weights to the floor. Last round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend for the twist. Always the option to lower the back knee. Lower down through the shoulder. Release your weight down to the mat. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Lift your chest up, shoulders stack over hips. Both hips and shoulders point forward. Back heel is lifted. Arms reach to the sky. Bring your hands together, clasp your fingertips, flip your palms toward the sky. Open up through the chest. Squeeze the low belly in. Activate the outer glutes for stability. If you're feeling like you're balanced, option to take a gentle bend toward the right. So palms reach to the sky. Gently bend just a little bit. Feel the stretch in your left obliques. Inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Arms come to a T. Beautiful. Lower as deep as you can into that right knee. Opening up through the front leg. Spiraling the back thigh closed. Beautiful. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Activate the arms. Inhale, flip your front palm upwards. Reverse the warrior. Reach your right arm to the sky. Press down through the knife side edge of both feet. Relax your left shoulder behind you. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands down, hold for low lunge, and grab your weights. Beautiful. So with your weights on the ground, slowly walk your hands to the left side of your mat and make your way to a wide leg forward fold. Spiral your right toes parallel to your left. Lengthen through the right knee. Weights are on the ground in front of you. Option, we're going to hold this for just a couple breaths here. Feel the stretch along the back of your thighs. And allow your weight to shift toward the balls of your feet. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Keep a little bend in your knees because we're going to lift our weights all the way up. Lift the chest up, engage through the core, roll your shoulders down your back. Walk your feet in just a little bit, maybe pigeon toe, so heels in, toes out. And we're going to practice doing a horse squat with a front lateral raise. So you can choose to use the weights or you don't have to go that deep if you don't want to. Squat the knees down, lift the weights out directly in front of you, squeeze the low belly in, and lift and lower. Beautiful. Let's do 5 more just like that. Squeeze through the outer glutes. Squat down through the hips and the knees. Lift the weights directly in front of you and lift and lower. Focusing on concentration, continue to roll the shoulders down your back, activating the shoulder blades together. Squat and lift the arms directly in front of you. Keep reaching your knees out in the same line as your toes. Lift and lower. Beautiful. We got 3 more. You can lower the weights at any time if you need to. Lower down the hips, lift the weights. Beautiful. With control, lift and lower. We got 2 more. Lower and lift straight out. Beautiful. Lift and lower the weights. Last one. Squat and lift. Squeeze that low belly in. Plug the shoulders into their sockets and lift and lower. Beautiful. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Take your weights slowly and place them on the mat in front of you. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Step your right foot back to your left, high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana or lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra or full cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Great job. Inhale, left leg high. Toes point down, heel points up, lift through the back of the left thigh. Let's hold it here for another breath. Maybe get the heel a tiny bit higher. Exhale, tiger curl, knee to nose, dome the back, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Lift the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, 2 of 3. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, 3 of 3. And step your left foot in between your hand. Lower the right hand down. Inhale, low lunge twist. Reach the left fingertips to the sky. Always the option to lower the back knee here. Beautiful. And lower your left hand down. Grab one of your weights in your left hand. Inhale, weighted row. Lift up through the elbow. Squeeze the weight toward your ribs and lower it down. One more just like that, pulling it up halfway. Weight to the ribs and lower it down. You can lower the knee anytime. Inhale, row, and then full extended twist. Lift the weight up, stacking it toward above the left shoulder. Lower the weight back down to the mat through the shoulder. Inhale, lift and full twist. Beautiful. Lower through the shoulder and back down to the mat. Last one. Inhale, row. Extend for the twist. Lower the weight down all the way to the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Lift the chest up, torso, shoulders stack over hips. Find your stability and reach your arms to the sky. Squeeze that low belly in. Bring your palms together. Clasp the fingers and rotate your palms toward the sky, trying to pull the shoulders down away from the ears with control. Gentle side bend to the left. Breathing into the right side body. Inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Arms come to a T. Sink into that beautiful warrior two. Flip the left palm up. Reverse the warrior. Inhale, reach the left arm high. Feel the stretch along the front left ribs. You can always straighten the front leg if you need a moment of relief here. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Hold the low lunge. Grab your weights. And carefully walk your hands to the right side of your mat for wide leg forward fold. Pivot your left toes parallel to your right. Weights are on the ground. And hold this for just a few breaths. Keep the weight in the balls of your feet. Reaching your sit bones toward the sky. Lengthening the back of your calves and your thighs. Drawing your chest closer to the tops of your thighs. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your feet in a few paces. Toes out, heels in. Keeping your knees gently bent as you inhale all the way up to standing, holding your weights. Beautiful. So we'll do one more round of our squats and front lateral raises. So find your stance so that your knees can track in the same direction as your middle toe. Inhale, lower your hips down. Squeeze the low belly in. Exhale as you lift the weights up parallel to the floor. Rise and lower. Inhale. Exhale, squat and lift, keeping the shoulders stacked up over the weights, over your hips. You can always lower the weights at any time. Focus on form. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, squat and lift. Inhale, rise and lower the weights down. 3 more. Your breath, your pace. Squat and lift. Activate those outer glutes. Squeeze the low belly in. Rise and lower. Last 2. Squat and lift. And rise and lower. Last 1. Squat and lift. Focus on form. And inhale as you lift and lower. Roll your shoulders down your back a couple of times. Beautiful. With control, exhale, wide leg forward fold to bring your weights back down to the mat. Walk your hands and your weights to the top of your mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right. High plank, chaturanga dandasana, or option to lower all the way down, yogi's choice. Inhale, upward facing dog, or full cobra, or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth. Sigh it all out. Release all of that heated energy. One more big cleansing breath, just like that. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Open the mouth. Release all that heat you've been building. Great job. Inhale, reach your right leg to the sky.
Exhale, lizard lunge. Place your right foot on the outside of your right palm. Option to keep the left knee lifted or to lower it down. So you can choose if you want an active lizard lunge or a more relaxing lizard lunge. You'll feel the stretch along the front of your left hip flexor, potentially on the back of your right thigh. If you're lowering down to your knee, you might choose to deepen the stretch by coming down to your forearms or using a block to create a custom level. Beautiful. So find the level that serves you. We'll hold it for one more full breath here. Inhale, lower the back knee down if it was lifted. Walk your right foot over to the left side of your mat for half pigeon. Lower the right knee down, and you can choose how close you want your right toes to your left wrist. So if it's creating any tension on your knee, you can bring your right heel closer to the torso. If this variation does not feel good in your knee, then go ahead and move over to your back for a reclined figure 4 option instead of half pigeon. I'll show you that variation in just a moment. If you're sticking with half pigeon, walk your hands back toward your hips, roll your shoulders down your back, squeeze your inner thighs together to level out the hips. You can always place blocks under your fingers if that's helpful. Activating the low belly to lift you up. And exhale, walk your hands forward for a reclined half pigeon. You can come down to your forearms or your forehead. If half pigeon is not your cup of tea, because perhaps your knee doesn't enjoy it, then flip over to your back, and I'll show you different variation. If you're enjoying half pigeon, stay right there. If you're joining me on your back, place your left foot flat on the mat and bring your right ankle to your left knee. Option to stay right here, or for a deeper stretch, lift your left shin up parallel to your mat and bring your hands to the back of your thigh. You can go as deep as you feel comfortable here. This will still give you a great hip stretch without putting any pressure on your knee. So your knee should never feel like it's bending in the wrong direction in yoga. Wherever you are, hold it there for just another couple of breaths. Really listening to your inhale and lengthening out your exhale. Beautiful. Whichever variation you're in, slowly make your way to downward facing dog. So if you're in half pigeon, tuck your toes, come up to your palm. Inhale, reach your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Yawn the right hip open, bend the right knee, open the right hip, let your right heel drop behind you. And make your way to downward facing dog, lowering the right foot down to your mat. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, lizard lunge on the left. Place your left foot on the outside of your left palm. Walk it up as far as you need to so that your ankle is directly below or slightly in front of your left knee. You can choose to keep the back knee lifted, or you can lower it down for a different variation of the stretch. So you can always customize your practice. If you want to go a little deeper, perhaps lower the right knee down and come down to your forearms, or use a block to create a custom level. Beautiful. Still focusing on calming the breath after all that hard work we did today. Inhale, slowly lower your right knee down. And if you took half pigeon on the other side, we will make our way to half pigeon now on this side. Walk your left foot over to the right side of your mat. Lower your left knee down. Choose how close or far away you want your left heel to be toward your torso without putting any weird pressure on your knee. If you chose the reclined figure 4 option on your back, then make your way to your back now, and I will guide you into that variation in just a moment. If you're choosing half pigeon, walk your hands back toward your hips. Squeeze the inner thighs together to level out the hips. If you feel comfortable, you can walk your left toes a little bit closer to the top of the mat. Roll your shoulders down your back. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, slowly walk your hands forward and come down as far as you feel comfortable. Whether it's your forearms or still up on your palms or down to your forehead. If this does put any discomfort on your left knee, please make your way to your back and I'll show you the other option. So if you're joining me on your back, place your right foot flat on the mat and your left ankle on your right thigh. Lift your right shin up if that feels comfortable and you want a deeper stretch. You can bring your palms to the back of your right thigh and pull it as close to you as you feel comfortable. So whichever option you're in, hold it there for just a few more breaths. Perhaps closing your eyes and maybe even lengthening how long you're inhaling and exhaling. Perhaps count to 4 or 6 or 8 or 10. And try to match your exhale to the same length of your inhale. Beautiful. Whichever option you're currently in, slowly make your way to downward facing dog. If you're in half pigeon, come up to your palms, tuck your back toes. Lift the hips. 3-legged dog. Open up the left hip. Bend the left knee so your foot hangs behind you. Maybe enjoy some knee circles. And lower your left foot down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward and have a seat. Make your way to your back. And lower all the way down to your mat. Bring your knees up into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And gently rock from side to side. Place both feet flat on the mat, knees pointed up. And gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Moving slowly with intention. Beautiful. And then hold your knees on the right side of your mat. Reach your arms out to a T and tilt your head toward your left arm. So your knees point toward the right and your chin points toward the left. Feeling your belly soften. Maybe a little stretch along the left side body. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly come back up to center and allow your knees to drape toward the left side of your mat as you tilt your chin toward your right shoulder. Maybe feeling a little stretch on your right side body. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly come back up to center. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Extend your legs all the way up above you. So reach your toes up toward the sky. Try to straighten the knees as much as you feel comfortable. Grab your hands along the back of your calves or maybe all the way up toward your ankles. Try to create a teardrop shape with your body. So point your toes up, pull your ankles up away from your hips or your calves, wherever your hands can reach. Pull them all the way up, trying to reach your forehead toward your knees, creating this beautiful little drop shape. And then slowly lower all the way back down to your mat, bringing your knees back into your chest for one last hug. Gently rock from side to side. And then slowly make your way into our final resting posture, Shavasana. Extend your arms and legs out long and wide, being mindful of any weights that might be at the top of your mat. Roll your shoulders down your back. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out, open mouth. Allowing yourself to sink heavy into your mat, relaxing all the muscle groups in the body, relaxing your face, your neck, your shoulders, and your chest. Soften through the whole spine. Allow your hips and your glutes to sink into the mat. Soften through your thighs, your calves, and visually massage the bottom of your feet. Gently bringing awareness back to your body and your breath. Take a slightly deeper inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head for a wall-to-wall stretch. Point your toes, get long, get lean, and slowly bring your knees up into your chest. Gently rock from side to side and fall over on your favorite side. Keeping your eyes closed, slowly push yourself up to a seat and cross your legs, or find whichever comfortable position is calling to you. Root down through the sit bones, bring your palms together and press them into your chest. Take a deep inhale through the nose, lift the crown of your head. May we look inward for validation and acceptance. Inhale, draw your thumbs to your lips. May we speak words of truth, kindness, and encouragement. Inhale, draw your thumbs to your third eye center. our space of introspection and reflection. May we be the change we wish to see in this world. Take a deep inhale to fill yourself with love and light, and exhale to share it with the world. Namaste.